Hello, my YouTube INFJ friends and comrades and buddies and everything else. I want to mention on top of this video that I do now have a Patreon. I started a Patreon page because, honestly, I'm not doing so well in the financial area. And I do want to make more content. And I want to have more time to make content. And I want to be able to share my thoughts with you and hopefully make the world a better place ultimately, whether it be in a small way or a big way. Either or works for me. And I'm working every day to do that, to ultimately just leave the world a better place than I found it. And I started this Patreon also, but I also started this Patreon because I wanted to also connect with people. And going back to the theme of time, I don't have enough time to always read all the comments and always respond to comments and always, interact with people. And in the beginning, it was still doable because I have one or two people that would comment and I can answer to them. But now there's a lot more. So the Patreon will be a way for me to connect with you on a more personal level. I'm still thinking about what things we can do on there, maybe like Zoom calls or, just private videos or private video responses and just overall more content. And I'll also share a lot of artworks that I'm working on and, projects that I'm working on, and you get a sneak preview on things like that. I'm currently working on a lot of music and working a lot on my artworks. And these are all things that I'll share on my Patreon. It's going to be super, super cheap. It's going to be like $3. I think the minimum is like $3 per month. And then I'm going to be working towards maybe $10 per month for the most extra content on Patreon. So if you're interested, please check out the link in the description and I'll meet you there. That's where I'll meet you and we can chat more and hang out. But I want to go into the video now. Now we got that out of the way. It's really uncomfortable to talk about money and being supported and things like that, but I need to practice it because if I don't, I'll end up, putting out free content forever and I'll end up not being able to do it anymore because I don't have the time or financials to do it anymore. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, here's the main video. So INFJs, we usually talk about our personality type as if it were a disadvantage. And we talk about our downfalls and we talk about all the restrictions and all the shortcomings that we have. And it seems like something that is emphasized more within the INFJ sphere than we do talk about all the powers and all the really great aspects about being an INFJ, all the great abilities that we have, all the great skills that we harbor. We're really special people. And I don't mean to just pump myself up today, although sometimes I feel like, we can bust our own balls, but we can also lift ourselves up at the same time. As long as it's 50-50, we're not always trying to, hype ourselves up as the younger ones might say. I really do think that we should do that. We should constantly talk about what makes us special and what makes us unique, because statistically, we are the most unique personality type. That's a given. I really think that our personality type is at the same time a great disadvantage and at the same time a great super advantage. And it's a contradiction. And, that's the story of the INFJ life is we're a contradiction. And I really think that this might be the case for a lot of personality types, but more so the INFJ. When it comes down to whether or not we either embrace the disadvantage or embrace the advantage of being our personality type, it really comes down to our mindset and our mentality and the way we think about life, our life perspective. A lot of us, it's easy and it's easier to fall into negativity. It's really difficult to overcome the obstacles of life and the obstacles, especially the obstacles that are put in the INFJ's life, and overcome them, and to go over them and step over them and climb that hill over the obstacle that's in our way, which is maybe like the way other people perceive us or the way society is built and is structured. It doesn't really drive with the INFJ personality type. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem like we're rewarded much for being thinkers or rewarded much for being somebody who has ideas or has visions for the future. We have to manifest those ideas, whether that be through our artwork or through video or through counseling, whatever that is. These are things that we have to manifest ourselves into the world, and it's up to us to do that. It's not up to anybody else. Nobody cares. No one gives a rat's ass about our career or what we're going to go for. At the end of the day, we really are stuck with our own self, and we have to embrace the advantage that we have in this life, the ability to have independent thought, to stand on our own and to be able to stand up for our own values and to be like, what's happening around me doesn't seem right, or I don't agree with what's going on around me. I don't believe what's going on around me. I really want to stand on my own on this and be like, if it comes down to it, if I see something's really wrong with the world, I'm going to go against the grain. And this is very important because most people don't have that ability. Most people just look towards what is around them. Most people are looking towards what's happening around them and just follow suit. They don't want to upset the status quo. They don't want to rub others the wrong way. It's difficult. It really is. But I think innately as an INFJ, we just don't have that ability. Like we just have the ability to have independence. We're isolated much, and it's almost natural. The world, the universe wants to put us into isolation, because within the isolation can we really engage our introverted intuition and really have the ideas and the visions for the future. And that can go deeply the wrong way when we feel like society has abandoned us or has isolated us or has just ousted us from the mainstream altogether. And it doesn't feel good. It's very torturous and it's very painful to feel like the outcast or somebody who just doesn't belong. But if you can really just embrace it, and I'm speaking from intuition here, don't quote me, don't say like, oh, Cliff said it, so this must be true. No, that, look, I don't have enough to prove that I have all the answers yet. But I can say from my own perspective that I do feel that I can predict that if you truly embrace the isolation, embrace the difference that you have, you can really do something special. And you have to fight the urge to fall into negativity, to fall into the anger or distrust. There's a lot of things that are scary in this world, but happiness and achieving like your true purpose in life and achieving what you're supposed to manifest in this world is a matter of taking that step and taking that leap of faith and just going out there and trying and seeing what happens. It's scary, but if you're within reason, for the most part, getting out of that negative space is easy if you have the courage to do so, if you step out of your comfort zone, if you embrace the discomfort, embrace the suck of whatever is meant to be done before you can get to that place. Like, whether it be just finding more people to talk to or finding more friends, just taking that step forward to take that initiative to speak to somebody, ask them questions, to ask them if they want to hang out or something like that. It really just takes that first step of going like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to jump into the deep end of the pool and then realize that, oh, it's actually quite easy to tread water. It's quite easy to swim in the pool. It wasn't as hard or it wasn't as difficult or scary as I had imagined in my head. And for the most part, a lot of situations, if you're an honest person and you're doing the right thing, if you believe you're doing the right thing morally, there isn't too much to be afraid of. In fact, on the other side, you might find that it's so much better than what it was like when you were in this negative space or feeling lonely or feeling like, you know, really disappointed or hateful towards the rest of the world. It really just takes that little bit of a step, that leap of faith, and you'll find yourself in a very, very, very exciting and inspirational place. All right, that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. Thank you for watching today, and I hope to see you on Patreon. If not, I will see you on the next video. Okay, peace. Bye.